Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, happy Vlogmas. In yesterday's video I mentioned I was more than halfway through Her Every Fear by Peter Swanson, and yes, I finished it all yesterday. And then foolishly I spent my morning finishing a different book, so I hope that there are details that don't get twisted up in my brain. I'm pretty sure I've separated them. This is an advanced reader's copy that Harper Collins was nice enough to send me, and they just wanted my honest review on it. And this book will be on sale in January of 2017. So it is my aim to keep this review spoiler-free, but I am going to talk about a couple of the plot points that you would get even just by reading the synopsis from the back of the book. Her Every Fear is the story of Kate Purdy, who is a woman from London originally, and she's just arriving in Boston. She's arranged a house swap of sorts with a distant cousin she's never met before, and she'll be staying in his flat in Boston, and he'll be staying at her place in London while he's on business. Immediately you find out that this is an incredibly big deal for her. When she was in her early teens, she was not only diagnosed with a panic disorder, but also something that basically amounts to catastrophic thinking. So if something looks like it can go wrong, her mind will just run the mill of what could possibly go wrong at any given time. In addition to this, her very first relationship in college goes very, very badly, and something very traumatic happens. That's the part that you can read on the back of the book, but I don't want to go into too many spoilers. At present, it's about 5 years after this point, and after a lot of therapy and a lot of support from her family, she's kind of gotten back on her feet and wants to leave the house, but is also completely terrified that this is what she's doing. I don't know if you've ever flown from Europe to North America, but it does involve a fair amount of jet lag, so once she arrives in Boston and finds where she's supposed to be and has the tour of her apartment from the building manager, she's pretty tired. Not to mention when she arrives, there's somebody knocking on the door of the apartment next to hers, really worried that her friend is missing. And of course, because Kate has this catastrophic thinking, her mind keeps going with what could possibly be going wrong. Add into this that she's tired, add into this that she's jet-lagged, and she doesn't seem like the most reliable of narrators. There are many points throughout the book where there are things that have happened that she doesn't understand how they've happened. And that's mostly what makes her seem like such an unreliable narrator. However, when you get about 10 chapters through the book, the narrative switches to a different character. This is a character that lives in the building, and you get to see a little bit of background information on him. And then later it switches to her cousin, and you see more pieces of the plot unfolding. But the thing about this book is they never unfold in the way that you suspect. Like any Hitchcockian thriller type of thing, you automatically start bringing up your own ideas on what's going to be happening. But even if you're on the right track, you're never completely right. There are tons of twists and turns, there's lots of danger, there's lots of intrigue, and everything is explained in the end. Which is something that I love because you don't often see so many different points of view and get a complete picture of what's going on in a mystery. The events of this book take place over about a week, and it's a very intense, suspenseful week. And I obviously couldn't put it down. Not to mention this cover is gorgeous. So if you happen to see this for sale in the new year, I highly suggest picking it up. How about you? What do you think about the thriller genre? Let me know about it down in the comments below, and I will see you tomorrow for the last day, my last day, of Vlogmas. Bye! The events of this book take place over a week, and it is an incredibly intenseful week. Intenseful? That's not a word.